So today we are doing worktops. I've got an Ikea kitchen going in, and I just need to do 2 lengths of worktop to go right across that L shape. And there's going to be a nice carpenter's join going across here. So I'm going to talk you through how to do the carpenter's join and show you some little tricks. Right then, so this is the smaller section of worktops. It's obviously upside down. This is the one that's going to go under the window. The sink's going to go in there as well. So this is Ikea worktops. It's an unusual depth. It's 63.5 centimeters deep, where normally they're about 61 or 62, even 60, like UK standard measurements. But this particular one, this is a good little tip for you, has, I don't know if you can see, but this little edge on it is almost like a glued on plastic product that they put on the edge just to finish it so you're not looking at chipboard. So I'm going to remove this on both sections of worktop. So when they go up to each other, that's not in the way. So you've got wood to wood. So that's going to be the thing I'm doing first. I've already cut the length. It's already been cut down to the right length for that section. Because in all honesty, I forgot I was supposed to be YouTube videoing. So I did that before I remembered. But I'll show you more cutting anyway. All right, I've already made a start. We're going to get this tape off with the old-fashioned hammer and chisel. Just one bit at a time, a bit time consuming. So I'll probably speed you up now. Right, so now I'm going to sand that chipboard that you can see just to really smooth it off, because we want the 2 sections of worktop to really butt up tight to each other. So if I can smooth this off, they just butt up nicer and neater. Right then, so next we are we're making bolt holes. So these little sections here, I'll cut these out, and then in there will be, well, I'll show you, bolts like this, which attach the worktops together. You tighten them up from underneath so they're not visible, but the worktops are pulled tight, so you'd have 3 of them. This contraption is called a worktop jig. It's used for loads of different stuff to do with worktops, but the only bit we're using today is routing out the bolt holes. So this contraption is a plunge router. So this is the blade, and that pushes down. You set it to whatever depth you want, and then that will cut out the bolt hole. This is just a basic one from Airbauer. You don't need a great one for doing bolt holes. The blade on that is pretty old and knackered, but again, it's only a bolt hole. It doesn't need to be pretty. If I was cutting along the edges of there and trying to do a routed edge where you join the worktops together, I would use a much nicer, cleaner blade. And so we've got the same again. This is the longer section of worktop. So this end is going to meet up with the bit you saw me doing not long ago on the shorter bit of worktop. So I need to get this bit of grey plastic off the end again, so we've got nice clean bare wood so it can butt up nicely. I want to do it this way around so that I can see. I don't want to damage the top of that. I can't really see what's happening with it from the other side. I want to be very careful not to chisel out the top of the actual nice wood looking finish. So next we're going to cut the length. I use a bit of masking tape on the top to mark it up. Also, that masking tape holds the laminate surface in position, so it just reduces the chance of any chips coming out of the laminate while you're cutting it. Right then, so now it's routering out the bolt holes for the next worktop. There you go, there's the matching bolt holes that will line up with the bolt holes that we did earlier on the other worktop. So we are now almost ready. Right then, we have worktops in position. So you can see, I'll show you what I mean. We haven't bolted it together yet, but you can see where the two edges are going to meet each other. Excuse me. Just slide it up a little bit. So once it's bolted, that'll be all nice and neat. Bolts were already got in position, ready to bolt it all together. Right then, next job, before we tighten the bolts up, we're going to put some oak coloured sealant into the gap. So when it squishes tight, that seals it and makes the join waterproof. Oops. It will be a bit messy to start with, but obviously we'll clean it up as we go. So that is now in there. Right, so now we'll just tighten up the bolts. And be quite careful to make sure the two worktops are level with each other as you tighten them up. That's the only thing. A bit of a pain. Yeah, happy with that join. Looks good. All nice and level and flush. Bolts all tight. My work here is done. So, final finished worktop, all cut to size, looking good. Really happy with how the join went, which I showed you earlier. Actually, I need to clean that up a little bit more, but I'll do that in a second. Obviously, we still need to do a cutout for the sink, which is going to be there, and we still need to do a cutout for the hob, which is there. But that's not my job, that's for somebody else to do that one. So that is my work here is done. So thank you for watching.